Let's speak now to SACP Spokesperson Mbulelo Mandlana. Mbulelo, good evening. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. Does the SACP still consider the ANC its partner?
Yes, the SACP still continues to see the ANC as a partner. The decision on our election has not changed that position.
The ANC and the SACP had agreed to put together a joint task team to comb through the difficulties in its relationship to come up with solutions. How advanced is the work of that process?
It's at formative stages. However, that work of that task team is looking a little more complicated when some of the ANC leaders continue to speak against its work. But we are still optimistic that sooner rather than later that committee will move with speed and put on the table some clear proposals about how to go forward.
Yeah. Given that the ANC, that this SACP still considers the ANC its partners, despite its decision, which seemingly the party will not go back on, to contest in the elections against the ANC next year, why does the SACP still consider the ANC its alliance partner?
That's because the relationship of the alliance partners was not founded only on mutual support towards elections. It was founded on a much larger program, and that larger program goes beyond elections. To that end, until any and all of the issues that are on the table for us historically, politically, have been addressed completely, the reason for the alliance continues to exist. This is despite one of the smaller aspects of that relationship, being elections, being a contentious matter in the short term.
Yeah, the Secretary General of the SACP had referred to the ANC as arrogant in its unwillingness to look at things differently, or at least for what it resulted in the fragile and fractious relationship between the two parties at the moment. Does the SACP not fear that such public criticisms would further alienate the ANC?
There is an importance in public discourse to tell what we consider to be true. To tell what we consider to be true is so important, such that we believe that when the truth is out, a lot of people will reconsider their positions, including the leadership of the ANC, including the Secretary General of the ANC. Yep. Without paraphrasing the General Secretary of the Communist Party, the concern of the ANC, so of the Communist Party, about the attitude of some leaders of the ANC has been that some of them are intransigent, some of them believe that the power of office of the ANC leadership can sway the Communist Party beyond its own reasoning. And we think such an attitude reflects a certain sense of superiority that can be interpreted as arrogant. And we think that some of those comrades need to be called out on that, so that they can come back to the table so we can discuss on the basis of mutual respect.
Yeah, and despite all of this, the SACP's Central Committee still does not encourage those who serve in cabinet at the behest of the SACP to resign from cabinet? Yes,
we have made this point several times, that the deployees who are in cabinet are a product of an alliance election campaign process. Therefore, there's no individual organization that has the sole claim to the authority and the status of comrades in cabinet and in other areas of deployment. So therefore, to tell anybody to resign is to abandon the influence and the agenda of each of the organizations of the alliance, that includes the Communist Party. So to that end, we do not regard it as wise for anybody to consider a proposition that those comrades must resign as an act of affirming our decision for elections. Our decision for elections has nothing to do with this particular term. In this particular term, we are a stakeholder in the alliance, and the victory belongs to all the organizations in the alliance.
Just lastly, is the Central Committee of the SACP open to reconsidering its seemingly hardline position on contesting elections next year on its own?
Silver, many times we have made this point. It is not up to the Central Committee what we do about elections. That decision has been taken by the National Congress. And the National Congress decision is not reversible by a structure below it, which is the Central Committee and every other structure below the Central Committee. So to that end, logically, we will not, it should be understood that such a decision cannot be changed, as it were.
Yeah. Mbulelo, thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. Mbulelo Mandlana is the spokesperson of the SACP.